Hey there, it's Dominic. Hi there, it's Dominic Steele here for Daily Bible Time, Friday morning, 7 o'clock. And look, it's a big day at Village Church today. We have a funeral service for a mate of mine, Jose Auditor, and I've been up very early thinking about the passage that I'll be speaking on at Jose's funeral. And so instead of giving you a verse from Job this morning, I'm going to just give you a little bit of Psalm 23. And the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. Now, the Lord is Yahweh. It's God. It's the God of Israel. It's the Christian God, the God of the Bible. And the Lord is my shepherd. It is intensely personal that I can pray this, I can read this, knowing that God is looking after me, that God is looking after you personally, leading you personally. It's just wonderful. It's so personal, comprehensive, intimate, and we go through struggles, and lots of people are struggling at the moment, whether it's relationships or grief or temptation or conflict or deep wounds with family members or not enough work. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He renews my life. He leads me along right paths for his name's sake. He provides pasture. He waters his flock. You go to Mudgee. There's all sorts of technology in farming, but you can still see a shepherd's care. In farming, there's lovely stories of farmers who hand rear orphan lambs with bottled milk, warming them by the kitchen stove for their first few nights. That's what God is like for those who trust him. Now, when the psalm writer says, I shall not be in want, he doesn't mean I get everything I want. The sheep need to be led to green pastures, because the pastures they're in at the moment, well, they're not always green. And at times the sheep are going to be in dark valleys. The Bible's an honest book. It doesn't sugarcoat the difficulties of life. There are really hard times and super dark valleys. Even verse 4, when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. God not only provides, guides, he also protects. The rod was a club to drive off wild beasts. The staff was the long pole with a crook on the end to nudge or yank the wayward sheep back on track. And the promise is God will protect and guide. Now, here's the thing. Sentence 5. You prepare a table before me. It's more than a table, it's relationship. Eating in the Bible, it's a symbol of fellowship. You've walked through the valley of death. God is going to welcome you to come sit at the banquet with him. It's a picture of lavishness. In the presence of my enemy, and as you anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Goodness and faithful love pursue me all the days of my life. The Bible doesn't give too much detail on what heaven's going to be like, but one of the most common images is of a party or a banquet, and a Radio Green Room party. The waiter is always at your side to refill your cup. Now, Jose, whose funeral it is today, and we were contemporaries in the radio industry. And when I started work at Radio 2UE in Sydney in 1985, I wasn't a Christian person, and it was actually through the friendship of another radio man, Russell Powell, that I became a Christian. Russell was in the newsroom with us, and there was just something different about his character that made a massive impact on me. I started to talk to him about God and Jesus and life after death. And he believed in the resurrection of Jesus, that all those years ago Jesus had died and then risen from the dead, that there was a possibility of eternity with God, and that the resurrection of Jesus was the guarantee. That if you trusted Jesus, if you reached out to him as your shepherd, there was a guarantee of relationship with God forever. And Russell persuaded me to apply my journalist skills to investigation, to research that, and I did. And I became convinced. I knew I didn't deserve it, Jesus dying to pay for my wrong before the Almighty, and rising from the dead to guarantee eternal life. But what a gift, what a present, what an offer. What a thing to grasp and hold on to. And when I did do that on the 26th of January 1986, everything in my life changed. Thanks for joining us for Daily Bible Time today. And I look forward to catching you for church Sunday morning and 9:30 in the morning or 6 o'clock at night, or on the live stream.